Hi, just a quick word to say that my books, including my latest for children, are available in-store and online. You can find a full list of my books at tipene.com. If you're enjoying my content, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you for your support. Now back to the video. I'm sure the title of my video is uncomfortable for a lot of people, and rightly so. It's not a nice topic. It makes us think about things that are not okay. Might even make us feel dirty and repulsed. It's an issue though that I believe is vitally important. There's so much of it going on. So many of our children are at risk of being interfered with. Now this is really personal for me because it happened to me. Right from the beginning, I was the outcome of rape. Right from the beginning. And then I was brought up in an environment that there'd been generations of sexual abuse. And that continued with me and other members of my family. You know, it was a cycle within the family. And when you're in that environment, it attracts other adults that are doing that behaviour. And the kids in the environment are confused. They don't even know what real love is. And it's so normalised for them. They start doing the same thing to one another. My biological father has spent the majority of his life, or a large part of his life, in prison for raping women and children. He is a registered sex offender. It's a terrible thing to have had growing up with. Like a dark shadow that existed over my life and my family, especially when my mother told me that I would end up being like him. That I would grow up and become a monster like him. And his crimes were absolutely horrendous. I had a detective from the police come in. Well, he was investigating past crimes of my biological father. And so he called me into the station, and they were just trying to gather together as much information as they could. They were wanting to build a case against him. And they were looking at historical events. They were trying to find out as much, what did I know? How could I help them? Was there anything else there that could help them? Because he had been all throughout his life, he had done it. Now, of course, when he was a child, there's talk that he was molested and abused by an uncle. I don't know all those details. But one thing is clear, that people that behave that way, typically it was done to them. So my interest in doing this video is to reach out to people that have that inclination, that have that feeling. Maybe you're young and you haven't done anything. Maybe you're older, but it's always been in your mind. If you are attracted to kids, you need help. It's not okay. Around the world we have different cultures that choose to behave in different ways, child brides and things like that, and condoning of such behaviour. Even recently, in the West, there's been even some promotion of it. An attempt to make it like it's a choice. It's not okay. We know that. It's never been okay. Children aren't fully grown, and their minds and their brain are not fully developed until they're in their early 20s. That's well researched, well proven. For those that think it did them no harm, because sometimes that's the argument, it never did me any harm. That's what people say. Well, that would need to be challenged, wouldn't it? we would really need to look at that. You would need to be prepared to be challenged on that. And a lot of people that make those sort of statements are not willing to be challenged, are not willing to go through an intense period of time where they really question about the origin of that attraction and what it's about. Because it's not healthy, it's not okay, and it's not safe. If that is you, then you need to get help. And there are places around, and I encourage you to do it. You can look up therapists, counsellors, reach out to them. There are ones that deal specifically with sexual abuse. So if you have been sexually abused, you can access that support and help. If you have been abused in any way, you can access that help. Even if you haven't been abused, seek that help. There are agencies, NGOs that support that. In New Zealand here, we have the SAFE network. You can email them, phone them. You look up the SAFE network online, and you should be able to find them. Don't stay with the shame of it. If these things are in your mind, if you've got images and thoughts in your head, do something about it. Don't let it stay there. Seek some help. Get help. The sooner you start, the better. It's urgent, immediate. Get onto it. The older you get, if you have followed through on that attraction, the older you get, the harder it is to change. Now keep in mind, if you are doing that behaviour, you are causing harm to children. It's not okay. Never is okay. Doesn't matter how you try to argue it. Sometimes people use the argument that the child asked for it, the child wanted it. The child has no idea what they want or what they're seeking or what they're so-called asking for. They have no idea. Their mind, their mental development is in no position to make any decision like that. And if they have previously been abused, then they're conditioned to it. They're groomed for it. You know that. So it's not an argument that wins. That's not an argument that wins at all. No child is asking for it. Children want to be kept safe. They want to feel real love, sincere love, that does not interfere with their well-being, that does not use them as an object. I have worked with many children, teens and adults over the years. I had the warrior kids, but even beyond that, even before that, I had worked with a lot of youth in different programs. That's over 3 decades of working with people. And there is no excuse and there's no argument for it. It's not a lifestyle choice. It's abuse. It's a crime. And it's not okay. Get help. My mother told me that I would be a monster, that I would grow up and do these behaviours. I was determined to prove her wrong. And boy, I did that. And I did whatever I could to make sure I broke those cycles. I did every course going, took myself off to every meeting, everything to do with making myself whole and healthy, with no interest in doing anything like that to anyone. I did psychotherapy. I trained to be a therapist. Oh, I did so many things. I speak about them a lot on my videos. If you're doing that behaviour, you are not thinking of the child. So automatically you are in the wrong. This is a young life, a young being that needs to be protected. I worked with children like this. I was able to show them what a safe adult is, what a safe man is. That's what you need to do. Show them clear boundaries, what appropriate behaviour looks like. That's your role. That's your purpose. not to hurt, not to harm kids. Most of the time we have videos online that are really angry, emotional, full of hate towards people that have this infliction, that are damaged to the point where they're attracted to kids. I actually don't think that helps. I think what we need is, while it's important that this behaviour is repulsed, rejected. That is really important. I totally agree with that. But what we need is more work in this area. We need it so that people can come forward. We need places where they can be honest and own their thoughts and feelings. We need programs in place that help them to move away from that challenges them, questions them, helps them to heal from their past. We need projects that are looking to stop the behaviour. The Safe Network works with young people who have displayed the behaviour or who are at risk of going down that road. We need lots more of that. And I think we need a lot more people talking like this, talking openly about it. If that is you, I'm pleading with you to get out. Don't ruin your life. Don't ruin your life, the life of your loved ones. Whatever you do will damage them. If you do that behaviour, if you follow through on it, whether you're doing the act itself or watching it online, which in our country right now, in New Zealand, but not just New Zealand, right across the world, some of these cases are really big and involving the highest level of so-called people in our society. This is such a big issue, and it's always in the dark. It's always hidden, and see, it shouldn't be. It should be pulled out into the open. We talk about people like Epstein and the fact that there is a list. I think every country has a list, and those lists need to be made public. In New Zealand, we've just had someone high up in the police go down for watching those images at work on a police computer. We've also had teachers, male and female, appear in court recently on charges of grooming and sexually abusing children. So big. If you're someone who's got those thoughts, I'm pleading with you to get help. Don't damage other people's lives. Don't damage those children. Don't hurt them. Get help. If you are someone who is watching those images online, I'm pleading with you. Get help. If you're someone who's taking it a lot further, it's never too late to change. Own it. Take responsibility for your behaviour. I guess for some of you, you may have gone too far that you don't think you can face it. It's never too late. Children need to be protected. If you are attracted to kids, get help. If you're not sure what to do, contact me. I can help you. I can put you in the right direction. There you go. I've put it out there now. If you are that way inclined, reach out to me. If you want to change, if you want help to change that behaviour, to stop that behaviour, and I will help point you in the right direction to get the help and support that you need. Let's stop this behaviour. Let's protect children. Let's break that cycle.